This image shows two very different realities for a barbati harvest. On the left, traditional ground-creeping leaves, vines tangled and exposed to the dirt. But on the right, growing them on a vertical trellis yields clean, straight, and healthy long beans. When vines spread directly on the soil, moisture gets trapped under the leaves. That trapped moisture breeds fungi, which can rot the beans before they are ever picked, lowering both your total yield and your income. The solution to preventing ground-level rot is the mandap system. It's a sturdy bamboo trellis designed to pull the crop completely off the earth. Moving the crop from the dirt to the sky changes every step of the growing process. To reach a high profit margin, we have to adjust how we prepare the soil, how we feed the plant, and exactly which seeds we use. Here is how to build that system from the ground up. We are going to base our setup on a standard 1-acre plot. Before anything else, that acre needs to be deeply tilled to break up compacted dirt and create a loose bed for the roots to expand. Once the soil is loose, we apply a basal dose. This is a heavy, upfront nutrient mix worked directly into the soil before a single seed is planted. This recipe card breaks down our 1-acre mix. The foundation requires 2 tractor trolleys of well-composted cow dung to provide a slow-release organic base. Next, we add 50 kilograms of single superphosphate. This provides the phosphorus necessary for aggressive early root development. Finally, to complete the basal dose, mix in 25 kilograms of diammonium phosphate, or DAP. This delivers a concentrated spike of nitrogen and phosphorus to the young plants. Loading the soil with this much nutrition is a requirement for this method. Vertical vines grow fast and heavy, and they need a massive reserve of nutrients waiting in the soil to fuel that rapid upward expansion. Now that the soil is ready, we need to match it with the right genetics. The structure is only as good as the plant climbing it. For our prepared 1-acre plot, you will need exactly 2 kilograms of seeds to achieve the correct plant density. Avoid unverified local ground seed varieties for this method. Vines that evolve to creep on the ground often lack the structural strength to climb, which leads to collapsed plants and wasted effort. Instead, source proven commercial climbing varieties. This checklist shows the most reliable options on the market: VNR's Kashi Kanchan, Unker's Gongti, Syngenta's YB7, Unker's Ketki, or US AgriSeed's USM Karan. When shopping, check the packaging for the label yard-long beans. This ensures the plant is genetically capable of producing the long, high-weight pods we want to harvest. These specific commercial seeds are bred for strong tendrils and aggressive vertical climbing. They are engineered to grip the trellis tightly and support the heavy, dangling weight of full-length beans without snapping. With the seeds sourced and the soil primed, we can build the mandap itself. Start by driving heavy bamboo poles deep into your tilled beds. They need to be planted firmly in perfectly straight, parallel rows to bear the weight of a mature crop. This schematic shows how we tie the system together. By running strong horizontal tension wire or thick agricultural twine between the poles, we create a rigid grid for the plants to scale. If you have ever set up a tying system for commercial tomato farming, the mechanics here are nearly identical. You are building a sturdy, vertical skeleton. Listing the crop off the dirt provides immediate biological protection. Air now passes freely underneath the leaves, drying out excess moisture and removing the conditions that allow soil-borne fungal diseases to thrive. Going vertical also changes how the plant receives light. Instead of leaves overlapping and shading each other on the ground, a vertical grid spreads the foliage out, allowing sunlight to hit the leaves evenly to speed up growth. The mandap structure functions as a system for plant health. By balancing airflow and sunlight, it enables the crop to produce more pods in the same amount of space. Now, we finally bring the seeds to the soil. Press the seeds into your pre-fertilized beds directly at the base of the bamboo supports. Positioning them right next to the poles ensures the vines find their climbing route immediately. With the basal dose feeding the soil, germination happens quickly. Expect to see the first healthy vines emerging within a few days of consistent watering. Once those young vines reach a few inches tall, gently tie or weave them onto the lowest horizontal wire of your mandap. Guiding them manually during these first few weeks trains the plant's growth pattern. It prevents the stems from tangling in the dirt and ensures they spend all their energy climbing straight toward the sun. 2 months later, the investment pays off. The mature vines create a lush canopy, dropping hundreds of perfectly straight, healthy barbati beans that are clean and ready for market. Logistically, harvest day is fast and efficient. Instead of bending over and hunting through wet vines on the ground, workers simply pluck the dangling beans at chest height, saving hours of labor. Because we used a nutrient-rich basal dose and selected premium genetics, these beans grow longer, straighter, and visually flawless, exactly the traits that command the highest prices from buyers. Upgrading from ground creeping to the Mondop system requires a bit of work at the start, but it is the practical path to a high-profit harvest. Let us know in the comments which commercial seed variety you plan to plant first, and click the video on screen now to learn how to lock down pest control for your new vertical vine.